Madam President, I rise today on the 146th birthday of Abraham Lincoln to continue the Senate's fine tradition of each year honoring on this special day America's 16th president. You know, this should be an easy assignment. We found over 3 million results on a quick Google search of Lincoln's name. There are thousands of books claiming to be the defining Lincoln biography. Paintings like the one that towers over us at the front of this very chamber are found in public buildings all across America. We have pennies in our pockets with that famous Lincoln profile. And in Gettysburg, just a few miles from here, is a town made famous from the battle fought on its farm fields and woodlands and from the lines of the immortal address authored and spoken by President Lincoln. Cities and schools and monuments and even cars bear the Lincoln name. Lincoln is everywhere. Like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, or perhaps Benjamin Franklin, Mr. Lincoln's life's work has made a mortal man into an eternal presence, a symbol of leadership, tenacity, vision, and strength. In short, a symbol of America as we know it today. He's the greatest reason why 50 stars are stitched on the blue field of every American flag. And he's the reason why the birthright to be free can be claimed by every American. But, Madam President, mere legends are hard to learn from. Many of the images of public servants we hoist to the top of granite pedestals are destined to be toppled. And in 21st century America, when we find most of our leaders with clay feet, moral imperfections, and occasional bad judgment, the focus groups and the pollsters turn quickly to find the next short-term hero who says and does politically correct things until at least the next election cycle. Abraham Lincoln's legacy and reputation stand the test of time because what we found when we searched to uncover the real Lincoln, what we find from his private and public record, is a life filled with heartache, disappointment, and many defeats, but a life of uncompromising character and unshakable integrity. I think it's worth speculating. If Abraham Lincoln was a member of the Senate of Pennsylvania today in 2007, would there be any doubt of his interest in pleading with us in the hallways and caucus rooms of this Capitol to mend the broken trust between our legislature and a disillusioned citizenry, to open the books, to shed light and make transparent our legislative process, to end a culture of privilege so disconnected from the lives of the people we serve, to treat public service as a temporary trust, not a way of life? There is little doubt he would. And I think he'd be pleased with the steps we've taken these past few weeks, changing the way business has been conducted with laws and rules that protect the reputation of this institution and help to safeguard the hard-earned money of the taxpayers. Senator Lincoln would be somewhat encouraged. He knew, as the founders did, that power corrupts, that without checks and balances on a flawed and fallen human nature, the mistakes of the past would inevitably repeat again, again, and again. He also knew that no matter how many ethics laws we pass, or bans on trips, or cars, or gifts, that it would still be up to us to self-govern. It would be up to us to decide whether our conduct enhances or detracts from this elected body. It would be up to us to ignore our own political advisors when their recommendations contradict conscience and principle. And it would be up to us as members that when the cameras are off and the reporters stop writing about reform, to continue to do the right thing. Lincoln's value to our lives today isn't just for second-grade battlefield school trips or annual celebrations or tributes like this. Abraham Lincoln's importance to the work of this legislative body and our role as citizens is a hallmark against which we measure our commitment to what we believe. Slavery has been removed from our law books. 50 independent states form a united country. These remarkable truths are a portion of his public record, his legacy to all Americans. Does his spirit of uncompromised truth live today in this chamber, or will the people of this great state be ashamed of our actions? It is incumbent upon us to remember Lincoln often and pray for the wisdom and the character of this great leader. Thank you, Madam President, and I thank the members of the Senate for this privilege.